And this entire section, and oh by the way, will be going away. So, you know, while this rack has done very well for us, we've purchased 2 more, and we're going to be replacing the original rack and bar setup. Oh, I got my belly. And we're going to be putting in 2 new racks in there. But anyways, 2.5s need to go into the 10-gallon grow outs. Before that can happen, 10-gallon grow outs need to go into a new 20-gallon breeder, which will be here, and yeah, a whole bunch of other stuff happening. What was once part-time hobby in a pantry will, in the next 24 or 48 hours, turn into, hopefully, you know, a legit breeding operation for these guys. What time is it? It's fish time. Guess what? We are doing a major reno excuse me, here in the fish room, aka the living room slash kitchen. And I know my other half is going to hate me, but I'm going to show you what the mess looks like when you go from hobbyist to all ham and take out your pantry and your former bar slash fish rack and decide to kind of, well, renovate. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a tour here. This was the breeding corner of my recent videos, and although we really just do this for fun, there's a small business attached to this thing, so we decided we're not going to go all out and create a fish room. I mean, obviously this is carpet, you know, with spill mats, which we need to buy more of. But we decided that, you know, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. So we're converting these racks over here, where there was a bar, and I'll insert an image of what this area looked like prior to. But now we are going to turn this into a breeding station, which we've been existing with, given the current parameters. And you know what? It's a complete mess, and this is the reality of the hobbyist slash hybrid. I kind of do this as a business. So we have our grow out tanks over here. We have what was a very successful breeder that's going to go onto one of these shelves. We've had the very, very successful 10-gallon breeder, which is not green aqua. We've got a holding tank, and this is sort of like jail. And we've got the fresh batch. So this is the latest spawn of Dark Knights and German Blue Rams, GBRs. We've got Honey's Place, which I don't think anybody's ever seen, because I don't think I ever posted the original tour videos. And we've got the original rack. And we realize that everybody has a tour of their fish room, but their fish rooms are usually in a garage or in a setup where it's really conducive to set up your fish tanks. We don't have that. We're limited by space and thus carpeting, for one thing. But more importantly, this was a hobby. That being said, when we realized that we had about, well, 20 or so tanks in our hobby, we should do something to make the hobby kind of pay for itself. Oh, looks like somebody's woken up. Here we have the room all lit up, and it is being done at the dead of night. And again, someone's going to be really pissed off because I'm showing how messy our current living conditions are. But between the breeding station, which spills on over to these 2.5 grow out tanks, the breeding tanks, the large grow out tanks, we will move to a larger dedicated Dark Knight breeding tank, dedicated supplemental breeding tank, dedicated supplemental breeding tank, dedicated supplemental breeding tank. And again, we have our 2 grow outs and our, well, what basically turn into anywhere between 1 to 5 intermediate grow out tanks. Will that be enough? I think so, because although we have the biggest aspirations in the world, let's just be real. We can handle maybe a clutch or spawn every month or so, and that gives us a good 2 to 4 week cushion of when fish go to market. So I was just chastised about how messy and how I shouldn't be videotaping this, but this is the before. Like I said, this is a hobbyist about to go ham, hard as a mother effer, and redo this breeding corner, breeding station, breeding setup. So again, the plans are breeding tank, breeding tank, breeding tank, breeding tank, grow out tank, grow out tank, potentially a 3rd grow out tank, grow out tanks, and all the pretties. I really should post a video of the tour, give you guys an idea of what we did before we decided to go full on German Rams. But these are nice tanks, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, we were doing the aquascaping thing, you know, and you want to talk about a mess? Well, a lot of journeys to Lowe's. The pantry has blown up. A lot of well, you just look at the ground and yeah, I got air hoses and pumps and lights and all sorts of stuff. So the question that has been facing us since we decided to do this remodel is assigning resources. You only have so many tanks. You only have so many tanks. And we've realized, especially with our experiment with the group grow out, that the 1 male to multiple female grow out process is probably best. You get too many males and it just gets ugly. Again, that being said, still think it was Kristen killed them all. But I digress. If you get the right mix of males and females and you have the available space, you can plug and play and put them in. And that's what we're hoping to do. So again, the before shot. And the after.